Hi friends, I'm Luca Storelli and I'm a published fine art fashion and portrait photographer. I want to talk with you about my last picture, the koi garden. I want to show you all my secrets, how I realize an image like this, and I want to show you all my secrets, the coloring techniques, especially the action, my favorite action and my favorite panels that I use every time to get image of high impact. So don't lose time and get started. Okay guys, let's start retouching. This is the original picture. I remember it was about 2 p.m. in the afternoon and it was a sunny day. My camera was a Sony A7RM3 with a Sony 2470 G Master lens. I used ambient light mixed with a single flashlight with a medium diffuser, a rounded silver reflector to bounce the lights, reducing shadows on the model, and a translucent panel to reduce harsh lights. The first thing I did was to modify the water. I wanted to give more emphasis to it. We have not so much things in the scene at the moment, but all you can see is real. In the second step, I duplicated the original layer and I reduced the size of the picture. My idea was to see the model completely surrounded by water and nature, making the results more dramatic and intense. This part of the water was not good for me, so I decided to retouch. At this point I edited specific areas of the water, making it better. I copied a small portion of image, the water, in the new layer with a layer mask. And I corrected colors with another color balance adjustment layer. I did the same for the bottom part of the image on the right. We can now work on the left side of the picture with nature and foliages. At first, I decided to add foliages to the scene. My idea was to add more nature, rocks and greens to the image. I added a first level with a small portion of foliage. The question is, where can I find more greens and nature? My picture does not have so much of them. The trick is to have different shoots of the location with or without the model on the scene, so you can get more details and parts you can use later in post-production. In this case, I have another picture, not so good for me, but really interesting for all the elements that I can copy and paste into the main image. So I can take different selections and import them into main picture. I can choose and take what I want. I worked with selection mask to erase unwanted parts of the selection. And after that, I added more levels with green, rocks and foliages. This part is good for me because we have a light here that enhances the shape of the rock, but comes from another picture. So you can see the differences before and after. I added in the upper part of the image more foliages. Now it's complete and well balanced for me. It's more realistic. And now finally it's time to work with colors. It's another interesting and creative part of the work. I use Infinite Color Panel by Pratiknaik for enhance the colors. I did not want to change all the colors, but only a specific part. In this case, the blue of the water with all its reflections. After that, I found a good combination of colors for the water. And I used the layer mask to erase the left part of the image, keeping the greens in this case. You can see the changes only on the water. Look at that. Water is more blue, it's more intensive. We have infinite color panel here and nothing here. On this step, I worked exclusively on the left part of the image, adding some magic. At this point I decided to work again on water, making it more dramatic, adding more refractions. The effect is cool, it's more dramatic. After that, I wanted to extract more details and contrast to the image. The best tool for do this, for my opinion, is Color Effects by Nikon Effect. Especially tonal contrast. Look at that. Look the differences before and after. Wow! It's stunning. The model comes out from the image. The definition of greens and foliages is extreme. The same thing is for the water. You can see the changes are really impressive. Before and after. Now it's time to apply the first magical action from the Color Lab by Bella Kotak and Pratik Naik. My favorite actions to make images extremely beautiful. The first action that I used was Femme Fatale from the cinematic collection. During all the process you will see small changes. In fact, if you work with different actions, in this case 4 or 5, you can use all of them on the entire image. I use each of them most of the time for specific areas of the image, working with layer masks. Let's explain better. The first action I used is Femme Fatale. I used it in this case on the entire image, making it more dramatic. And the result is that light was reduced. On the next level I worked with a new hue saturation level exclusively for nature and foliages. Let's see, now it's really magic. But look at differences, before and after. Now we have different colors, purple, green and orange tones. Wow! It's really beautiful, the contrast between different colors, purples, blue, green, oranges. Triadic colors. At this time, I added another Color Lab action, Golden Age by the Fairy Tale collection. Now the result is more dramatic, but at the same time is more romantic. Look, the tones changes. Look at differences. Yeah. Now I added another Color Lab action, Apparition by the Fairy Tale collection. But in this case just a little change. If you work with multiple actions, you have to be focused to mix them well. As you can see, Femme Fatale action was at 22%. Golden Age action was at 63%. In this case it was used with a layer mask. The main changes are in the center of the image. Remember, when you're masking, white color reveals and black hide. Apparition action was at 17% on all entire image. The last Color Lab action I used is the Kiss from the Romantic collection. I wanted to add just a little golden tone. In this case I used a layer mask to make the action visible, masking it a small part of image only. Before and after. The image now has better golden tones, as you can see. After this, I added a new layer mask with a small color enhancements. The power of layer masks is that you can define where exactly you can apply the changes. You can see the differences. Without the mask and with the mask. I added another level where I changed luminosity, enhancing light refractions, making the tones of the image more balanced. Before and after. Now it's time to add more magic. It's time to insert the koi fishes. This is a beautiful part of the editing because I like so much the koi fishes. They are so colorful and beautiful, really. The beauty is that the fishes are of the same colors of the composition, the flower foliages. We can find all the same colors, oranges, yellows, light greens. How can we reach these results? Adding artificial elements and making them surreal and part of the original image. Let's see inside this folder. You will see different image layers. First of all, I bought koi fishes images on 123rf.com. I used about 4 different images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections of fishes. But let's see the images that I used. This is the original file. This is another. And this is another beautiful picture. Really wonderful. I added all these koi pictures in the main image, one after another. One in each own layer with a layer mask, with the curve adjustment layers. I use blending mode to add the fishes. It is at 66%, but in light and blending mode. So the light and part of textures are mixed, and you can mix in a very natural mode the fishes with the water. You have to keep in mind that in this case the perspective must be real. I repeat, if I'm shooting from high, even the fishes must be seen from high. Only in this case the result will be perfectly real. This is the most important part of the process of compositing, obviously. After that, I worked with luminosity again in specific areas with a masking layer, following the reflection in the water. And the same is for the upper level, enhancing the S-line of light's reflection in the water. The last level is dedicated for sharpening image. So, this was the before, and this is the after. For these results, I must say thank you to the 2 main powerful tools I use every time that are the fundamental for my work. Infinite Color Panel by Praticnaic and the Color Lab Actions from Bela Kotak and Praticnaic. Thank you again. I hope you find interest in all the process, and thank you for watching, friends. Bye.